guys, today I'm going to show you how to make vegetable eggplant lasagna. Today I'm using only eggplant, but you could also use zucchini. That would be a lovely addition. These two would be my favorite picks for lasagna. Now what I've gone and done, I've pre-fried my eggplant slices and I have taken off every little bit of skin, if you can see. Left a bit and chopped off a bit of skin when the eggplant was raw before frying it. Now what that does is that when you cook it, when you're eating it, you don't, otherwise you get that little ring in your mouth of just the skin, and I don't want that. So this is my tip for making anything when you're using eggplant slices. I'm going to make a tomato sauce. This is a simple tomato sauce and you can use this for your pizzas, any kind of pasta dish that you want. So all you need is some tomato puree, tomato paste. I've got two little boxes here, or you could get a one single medium-sized box. And I've got some freshly chopped garlic over here. Now what I'm going to do is add in some olive oil. So I'm going to keep these slices for later. And I just need about a tablespoon of olive oil. My pan is already nice and warm. Just want it to be slightly golden because charred garlic tends to get a bit bitter. I'm going to open up my tomato puree and add this in. So I've put my tomato puree in. Now if you like a slightly spiced tomato sauce, you could add in a dash of chili powder, some cumin powder. That just gives it a little extra oomph. For now, I'm just going to keep it simple. Now another trick when you're cooking with tomato sauce, just to bring out the right flavor, because tomatoes are so tart, is to add a pinch of sugar, and that just balances out the sourness from the tomatoes. So just a little bit, about a quarter teaspoon or so, and I'm going to add in some salt. I want to put in some, I've got thyme here today. I'm out of basil and oregano, but a nice way is to just give it a little squish and rub it in so it brings out all the essential oils. And then you can add in some hot water just to bring it up to the sauce level that you want, how much liquid you want in your tomato sauce. I've added about half a cup to a cup of hot water. Now when I'm doing my lasagna, so I'm looking to have a tomato sauce. I'm going to be making a simple bechamel sauce, which is a white sauce, and then I'll be layering these sheets of lasagna with the tomato sauce, and then finally topping it with my bechamel and sprinkle some cheese, and voila! It's a good way to sneak in those vegetables as well, because the kids don't realize when it's baked what they're really eating. So tomato sauce done. Now when you're using, these are dry, ready to use lasagna sheets. So when you're making your lasagna with dried lasagna sheets, my recommendation would be to get it nice and saucy, because you don't want it to dry out, because it's not fresh lasagna sheets. So make sure you have enough sauce on there, and make sure that all the sheets of pasta are covered nicely so that they can get drenched with that lovely goodness. I'm going to make my bechamel sauce. Now I like to start with some onion in my bechamel sauce, just to give me that little extra body in it. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, again about a tablespoon of olive oil. So I've got my olive oil in here, and I'm going to add one small onion which I finely chopped. So my onions are nice and translucent. I'm going to add in a small stock cube just to give it that flavor. You could add salt if you wanted, but I like adding stock cube when I'm making my bechamel. Make sure that it's nice and broken up. And once the stock cube is nice and incorporated, there's no lumps, I can add in my flour. I'm going to add in about a tablespoon I don't need too much. A tablespoon and a half should be more than enough. Because I'm only looking to coat the top of the lasagna with it, so I don't need too much of a roux or sauce. Now if you can see, that's what it's going to look like. So just let this all coat in nicely, and then you quickly add in your milk. And this is the point where you want to be stirring it because it's going to thicken really, really fast. Basically, you just add in as much milk as you want. So if you would like a nice thick gooey sauce, then you can add less milk. So again, we're not looking to make too much. I'm looking to have roughly around a cup and a half of sauce just to put on top. I'm going to add in just a little bit of pepper into this, just to give it an extra flavor. And once all your lumps of flour are out and it's nice and smooth, your sauce is ready. I'm going to start assembling my lasagna in this gorgeous dish. Now, a key thing to do is to start with sauce at the bottom, so that way your lasagna doesn't dry out. Take in some sauce and spoon it, and that's going to be my base to start my lasagna. And you want to start putting in your sheets. You can break them just to make sure that they all fit in nicely inside the way you want it to. So once I've done that, I'm going to put in my couple of eggplant slices. Then this time a good guzzle of sauce on top of that. Some more sheets of lasagna. This one don't need to really break it up. Okay, let's not that eggplant. Some more sauce. We're going to keep doing this till we reach to the top layer. So guys, I've assembled my lasagna, and these ones, and just to give you a key tip here, is to try to buy the ones which says that you don't need to pre-cook them. This makes it a lot easier, but like I mentioned earlier, just make sure you have enough sauce to cover your pasta as you're layering it, because if you don't do that, that's when you're gonna start to have dry bits on it. So this is my final 2 little eggplant slices over here, and right on top I'm gonna dunk it with this bechamel. Another good tip would be when you're cooking it in the oven, if you want to cover it for a little bit, just so that it stews in all that steam and the lasagna cooks nice and properly. So I'm going to top up this lasagna with mixed grated cheese, which would be a nice option, so it gives it a little flavor instead of just mozzarella. So I'm going to top that up generously. There you go. Doesn't that look gorgeous?